Tanisha. So guys, if you're behind, you've got some behind the scenes with our Pussycat Talk podcast. Guys, we're super excited. We're going to give it to you from a Generation X and a millennial point of view on business, relationship, and sex. So you guys are going to be tripping out on some of the topics that we're going to be talking about. So are we here every Sunday or are we here every other Sunday?
We here every Sunday.
Okay. So
listen, you here, I'm here. We here.
So who's here? Who's here? Every Sunday.
We see each other.
Okay, I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
Okay. So we are just excited about what we're going to be, what we're starting because we need to have these conversations. What's going on in the pandemic? Are you having sex with yourself? Are you having sex with the money? I mean, I'm just
Listen,
saying.
it's probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
A little bit of both. Maybe ask somebody else to join in every now and again, or you come back.
I'm so glad I'm married. Praise Jesus.
Listen, that's tough. It is tough.
I'm so glad I'm married.
It's
okay.
tough.
Yeah, so let's talk about that because that's kind of sort of how we got into this. You're a successful businesswoman. How old are you?
I am 32.
And you're a part of the millennial age.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know what the millennials stand for, what age year is that?
1986. Okay, 1986, cool. But then they say the people in 1996, I don't know.
It's 96 too.
Okay, you'll give them 96. Whatever.
It is. It's 96. It's 96. So it's 96 to what?
86 to 96, if I'm correct.
All right. And generations, okay? Yeah, we're talking about sex on Sunday. I mean, don't people have sex every day?
The Lord invented sex.
Okay, that's how he was born. So you said you're not getting it in on Sunday. That'll be the best days.
Listen, it's any day for me. It don't matter the day. It could be Monday, Sunday, Wednesday, or Friday.
Yeah, we're going to shock some folks. Some folks going to be mad.
If the opportunity presents itself, hey, let's get this thing popping.
And brand new whip. Okay. Right. So let's talk about the age groups of exactly, Nika. Every day. It's called a Sexy Sunday.
I like that. Tell me
right.
That, girl.
Well, that's one of our other sponsors from Lux Tresses. So yes, thank you, Lux Tresses. All right, so they're gonna get you guys ready and whipped and ready to go with this natural hair. I'm so excited. So let's talk about the generation so you guys can have an idea of what the age group is. So you kind of know what's going on. Okay. She said, my birthday is tomorrow. I wish I was getting it.
I ordered a rose. I ordered a...
Can we go, wait. Before we get into this rose thing,
all right.
Okay, because I'm trying to figure, what's the rose?
So the rose is like, I don't know if you ain't seen none of the posts on
I
Instagram
see
or Twitter.
it's too much.
It's a sex toy. So
we're going straight into sex and we're not going to talk about the other stuff first yet.
I have my new best friend, okay? I got a new best friend. That's all I'm saying. Listen, because let me tell you
can't sleep with no battery operated thing.
First of all, it's not battery operated. I mean, it is, but listen, let me tell you what happened, right? It was recommended to me by a friend. I didn't see everybody in mama talk about it. I had never used it.
That thing gonna burn your clit off.
That's fine.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all right.
It's gonna burn it off.
It can happen.
But guess what?
Okay.
Lord Jesus.
Because if we finna
Wait. We got to define. We got to define these generations first.
Okay.
Let's do. Sex stop at 50 for men. Okay, quick cash. All right. Sex stops at 50. Hold it. I might have to give you a new husband if that's the case. You're saying because it's gonna be 50. Let's get these generations down so everybody can have an understanding about the generations. Okay. It's important for you guys to know why we're having this conversation because sometimes it's a miscommunication. It's crazy. So, how do the generations start? Because there's technically a lot of generations on the map. You have your silent generation, which is called the lucky few. They were born in 1928 to 1945. My in-laws were born in that age range. And then you have the baby boomers, okay? They were born in 1946 to 1964, all right? And then you have the Generation X from 1965 to 1980. And then the millennials.
The best of the best.
Boo.
Millennials. Go ahead.
All right. Millennials, 1981 to 1996. And then you have the Zoomers, which is Generation Z. Okay. So the Generation Zs, which is 1997 to 2012, And then what's even crazier is the Generation Alpha, which is 2010s to the mid 2020s. So that's actually the next generation that's out right now. The Generation Alpha, Generation Z, Millennials, Generation X, Baby Boomers, and Silent Generation. And then you think, well, why they're not trying to do control. Quick and too easy.
But some of us don't give it up too quick and too easy and still are manless or womanless.
Because you guys be too strong. Y'all don't know how to be submissive. But we're going to talk about that for a second. We're going to get on that topic. We're going to get on that topic.
Okay.
Because y'all think that every time you say, hey, we're supposed to be independent, black women that is, but are black women angry?
Are we angry or are we tired? Or are we frustrated? Because if you look at it from our perspective, the men from your generation, they are providers for the most part. That was something that was ingrained in the community. So even if, Daddy might have had 17 kids, but Daddy took care of 17 kids, he might have bounced from house to house, but he was still in the house, or he would still be present, he was still providing. Even if it was picnics and mama couldn't do nothing but stay home and cook and clean, Daddy still went out and worked. These men ain't taking care of homes like they used to take care of homes. So now we women, black women in particular, we got to step up and be man and woman.
Okay, so are you saying that back in the day that women weren't being... Why black women don't like sucking DYCK talking about...
Hold on.
The mic is too loud. We gonna go back to that comment. Okay. My son is the director. I can't be talking like that.
Yes, you can.
With my son here, okay? That's okay. But all right. So, are you saying that the men in my generation or the men before weren't deadbeats? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Because and this is not about putting the men down, because I got some great men in my life, and that's my father, the kid's father, my ex-husband, my son's father was a great father. My husband is a great man. I have some friends that are males that are actually great men. So I can't, and that are father and married to and with their children. So I can't say that all men are deadbeat. But was there a time when I was ready to slit my ex-husband's throat? Absolutely, for sure. And my current husband as well, and my sons as well. Okay, but at the end of the day, are they respectful? Do they take care of home? Absolutely. But I think a lot of that has to do with
the way they were raised. Absolutely. Now, I saw my dad, even though my parents now are divorced, even my dad's newer. My dad is a protector. My dad is a provider. My dad takes care of home. My mom didn't have to work. My mom worked because she wanted to. My dad took care of my mom. So I get looked at by a lot of men in our generation as being bougie or stuck up or too good. But I know, you know what I'm saying? I know what I saw growing up. So I know there are men out there like that. I know everybody's not a deadbeat. I'm not one of the women that out here screaming, men ain't shit. All men ain't shit. I don't scream that. But in my opinion, and people, and then I heard from men that'll be like, well, it's just the men that you hang with. I hang with a lot of women, and from white, black, brown, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Asian. The consensus is coming back that shit.
Okay. Well, it don't matter what generation that is, man. Shit, all generations.
I am some shit. Listen, because
I
will
cook. Do they know you? Can you cook?
Yes, I can cook. Now let me tell you,
guys. But let's get a quick poll from the audience. Is it important for a woman to be able to cook?
To be domestic?
Yes, it's nothing wrong with being domestic.
Right. Because that's what now. A lot of you women don't cook, nigga. Okay. Can you build a house? Can you fix my car?
That's absolutely essential. Now, I grew up with my mom and my daddy washing the car every weekend and making sure that the oil changed. My son know how to take tires off, put the brakes on, change the oil. That's like some essential shit. Okay.
But they want all these. They want a woman that cooks, cleans, take care of kids, sucks, and has great sex. They want all of these things.
It hurt my ears.
They want all of these things in a woman. Okay, but now I'm gonna flip it. Are you going to be that man? Are you? Do I need to work? Because if I'm not,
all right, I'm gonna have to chime in on this.
Okay, good.
Women want to be led.
That help.
Okay. So let me give you just some 411. You know, my other female friends may not agree with some of this, but if a woman will allow you to lead her, you got her. But if you ain't acting right, you're not gonna have her.
You're not gonna leave me off no cliff.
Well, I mean,
I know. Yes.
What? Look, a woman will be submissive to the right man if she leads him the right way.
She needs to.
If he, I'm sorry. Well, we got some she's, so they're going to, other folks in other relationships. But we just talk about men and women. Nothing against my, LGBT community. But the way you're gonna get a man to be submissive to you is if you're submissive to him. I'm just saying. You gotta know how to stroke him. You gotta know how to take care of him. You gotta treat your man like a king behind closed doors, and not just behind closed doors, because he don't want you to be loud in public. That's one. And y'all be ready to fight and be screaming.
Love to tussle.
Y'all, I'm like, y'all doing the most. Okay? Behind closed doors, that's a different story. But at the end of the day, when we used to say late and in the bed. And that's the way you should present yourself. So if you out here showing all the goodies, show all the goodies.
Just a little bit.
It's nothing wrong with being sexy. Sexy and trashy are two different things.
Okay.
I mean, you want to be a hoe in the street?
Of course not.
We sound like you're very sure about that.
When you say a hoe, what do you mean a hoe? Because a hoe technically is somebody that sleeps with.
Well, that part is true too.
Okay.
So let me reframe. There's nothing wrong with being sexy, but I think it's a bit much when you are putting everything out there. You're not leaving enough imagination for the man. And then a man don't want everybody looking at his woman. But what I will say is this. They want her to be a bad bee.
Right.
But that another man will want, but it belongs to him, but a sexy one. Not a trashy one. They don't want to, I don't know. So like, you want a trashy bad bitch. Yeah, you can chime in on this. You want a trashy
I've been waiting for y'all to say.
Okay, but before you answer trashy, because what if a woman is just really comfortable with her body? Because, you might want to show a little skin from time to time. Now, I ain't saying go out here in a piece of cloth. I mean, at the moon or...
Baby, girls got here with a piece of cloth. All they do is cover their nipples and their cootie cap. You serious? They covering their nipples and they covering their cootie cap, and then they got a sheer outfit on. Come on, that is lingerie. That is not for outdoor wear. That's for your man or woman to see, whoever you went to see.
So what am I? Which part should I chime in on here?
Or do you want a bad, slutty looking beat?
I wish there was a fourth camera. There's so many conversations that y'all said that I was like, oh my God, if I could chime in. Okay.
Do you want your girl to be looking, nothing, I love my girls that work in the club, okay? So, to my professional performance, ain't nothing wrong with what you're doing. But what I'm saying is, do you want your girl to look like a stripper when you are out with her?
Absolutely not. But there's so many things that y'all said. I'm going to start with this question.
Okay.
No, a guy does not want a slut walking around in these streets. Now, going back to when you're saying a man doesn't like... I'm only speaking for me.
Okay.
Okay, you're only speaking off your opinions. Okay, so I like my woman to look good out. I actually like it when guys look at my girl.
That's what I said.
So, like let's say I'm walking in a mall and some guy's just walking around and he breaks his neck or whatever. I'm gonna be like, she bad. I know. You see what I'm saying? That's as she should. You get what I'm saying? If she wants to reveal, like, let's define revealing. You get what I'm saying? Let's define now what you're referring to, but I don't think that's what she's referring to. I think we should be a little more specific. Your reveal is, yes, I agree. We shouldn't know. But in her case, let's say, we have some cleavage out or whatever a little bit. Wearing a dress, tight dress, showing a little bit of shape. That's sexy. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe a little, what is it? The color on the side of the dress. Yeah, to show a little bit of the leg. That's sexy. That's attractive. That gives imagination. But if you're referring to, what you said, she's pretty much naked. Right. She's pretty.
That's what I thought about. But see, me, because I like to show a little shape all the time.
There's nothing wrong with what do they call those dresses? Shoot, I don't know. Okay.
The bodycon dress.
Right. It's nothing wrong with the bodycon dress.
But you don't want it slits here.
Okay.
Oh, the butt naked ones.
I'm talking
Where
with
you can see
sheer.
the penny
When
and
all
bra
they
underneath.
see is nipple. No, they got a pasty over the nipple and a thong on, and the dress is sheer.
So let me ask you this.
Are you kidding me? I am straightforward about what I'm saying. Okay.
So it's sheer. Okay. So going to the beach, it's basically just where, you know, a bra and a top with a cover up over it. On the beach is cool, right? But I'm saying like
I'm not talking about the beach. I'm talking about you with your man, or you out with your girls going to the club,
right,
and you are wearing a sheer outfit.
Club attire.
That ain't no damn club attire. That's bedroom attire. Are you serious?
I'm not gonna. I want you to think about what guys. When a guy looks at that, we're like, oh yeah, yeah. That's like a guy's mentality when they see that is like, yeah, we're taking her to the crib. We're not gonna see her again. That's pretty much like when you see something like that that brings that attention. You're gonna gather that attention.
Because that's what it seems like.
Because let me.
It seems like you're like that person is just trying to get attention.
Now we're talking about it from a man's perspective, because in our society, the millennials, that's what is highlighted right now. That is what the men are going on, and these same women are in long-term relationships. These same women are getting wiped up. So what he's saying and their actions are completely different.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Even if they were to get wifed up first, they're the first ones to get divorced as well. They are. There's a high. If you look at the statistics, and I looked this up on accident on Instagram. It was on accident, and then I looked it up on Google. Women who seek that type of attention aren't lasting, because they're a lot more. What's the word? Shallow about themselves. They're a lot more aware. They're like, I need to look this certain way. I have to look this certain way. There's nothing wrong with looking good, but there's nothing wrong with looking good. But when you're so conceited, when you're like, I have to look this way no matter where. Think about this. No, but there's a difference. Like, you've gone out the house and just like, there are women who have to wear that sheer everywhere just for the attention. But you can go out the house in sweats and you know, with no makeup on and be straight. You get what I'm saying? And think you look good. Just, like, women love the natural look too. Exactly. They don't always have to, like, because you're seeking that center of attention. No, I'm not saying I need a natural beauty girl. I'm just saying that attention, the women that get wiped up first are the ones that don't last long in a relationship, because they're all about themselves.
I'm gonna be honest. It seems like the ones that I have seen. I'm only going by what I have seen. No, I'm not talking about the good girls. I'm talking about the ones who can be provocative at times. It seems to me, from what I have seen, and they are beautiful. Some of these women are just absolutely stunning. And I'm like, why is she having a problem getting a man? I mean, not that a man defines a woman, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is going through so many issues in relationships, and I'm like, what is going on? And then part of it too is now they've become so money hungry. I'm saying some, because there's a lot of women out here and a lot of business friends that I have that are killing the game, okay, on their own. And I want to make sure that we circle back around that on the business side about them killing the game and how it's difficult for them to be in a relationship, because they decide that they don't want to date a guy that they call average, or doesn't make the same amount of money as them.
Right.
But as far as the women who are dressing provocatively and thinking that some just want to look good for that night, and someone may just want to be doing a hit and quit it for that night, and that's fine. If that's what your intentions are. But if you think that you're going to get a man that way, that's not happening.
You mean a man of substance?
A man of substance,
okay.
Correct. I mean, look, anybody can get somebody, right? Okay? But I'm talking about, and there's somebody out there for everybody. But, I mean, if you want a man of substance, a woman of substance, you need to carry yourself in that way. Okay?
Trying to attract a certain type of individual dress.
I believe you should definitely dress the part. But all I can say is, and let me make sure I correct myself, because our sponsor said, I said, lady in the sheets and freak in the street. It's the opposite. I meant lady in the street and a freak in the sheets.
Right.
All right, so one of our people out here said, it depends on what type of man you want to attract. Dressing like that. That is absolutely true. And Mrs. Copeland, again, guys, make sure you follow it's Ty Copeland. She has 4 absolutely beautiful daughters. And that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But they don't be dressing all crazy. They dress absolutely gorgeous, every single one of them. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, one of her daughters is younger, but her 3 older daughters, they are absolutely stunning.
What's their age?
They're in their 20s, except for the one that's 19. I think she's 19, but her older sisters are in their 20s. I think one is actually 30. But yet still, they don't be out there looking like, first of all, she would hit them up over the head. But secondly, it's more about, we got one of my other friends on here. Yeah, the oldest is 30. My other girl on here, CEO, First Lady, Steph will be out here killing the game. Make sure you guys follow her, CEO, First Lady, who is killing the game on body contouring and all of the things that you need to make sure your body is straight. I have to tell you, I'm jealous of her waist. She gets on my nerve. I can't stand her.
What waist?
Oh my gosh, she ain't got no waist. She got like an 18 waist or something. Her waist is like 18, 20. Okay? Right, Snatch Academy is the name of her her school. But she's over there killing the game. And yet, she dresses sexy, but she don't dress like all her business out in the street.
The coochie top hanging out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, come on now. Come on, leave a little bit of an imagination. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
That's all
I'm off now. And again, I know it does go back to your upbringing. I'm not going to be butt naked out here. I will show a little body, but I'm not going to have, like I said, the coochie crack showing and like that. But again, that's not me. That's not the type of person I am. But then again, my younger sister, beautiful.
Yes, she is. But what if you not Ashley?
No, not her.
Okay.
Let me show you Nanny. Nanny is beautiful, but at the same time, Nanny dresses a certain way that I don't dress. It's just not me. That's not how
what kind of man she get?
So anywho.
See what I'm saying?
That's Nanny. Nanny is beautiful.
Oh my gosh, she is absolutely stunning.
Beautiful.
So again, answer the question. She is gorgeous. What kind of man she get?
So, from my perspective,
this is not what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But that's just how my sister dressed. Like, but the type of men.
She going out in the street like that?
That's when she was modeling.
Oh yes, this is Pussycat Talk Podcast with Tanisha and Dr. Tamar here every Sunday, talking about business, relationship, and sex from a Generation X to a millennial point of view.
That's a concept. That's a concept. So again,
that's not bad though. I've seen worse. That's not. Oh
yeah. So that was the type of
the nipples, please. Cover the nipples.
But my sisters, and I tell my sister all the time, Deja is gorgeous.com. Okay, they ain't slaves, effortlessly. But again, I'm not out here butt naked. But salute to the girls that are butt naked. What's you doing butt naked? That's cool.
I'm gonna have you on here. We're gonna have you on here, babe. Steph is on. She's gonna come.
Absolutely.
StephanieIsTheBomb.com.
Back to your question when you were asking like the type of men. Personally,
girl, I want to hear that.
I don't agree with the type of men that my sister pulled. But then again, she may not agree with the type of men I pulled. Because truth be told, who am I to tell you? Because if I look back at my track record.
And see, it's very difficult for me because I'm going to say this, guys. Well, how long have I been married? Hold on for a second. Let me think. How long have I been married? I got married June 9th, 2009. So that's 13 years. And then on my first marriage, I was married 13 years. So I haven't really, outside of not being married for 2 years, I ain't never had that kind of issue. Now, did I have some knuckleheads beforehand? Yeah, I was embarrassed, a couple of times on a date. When you go to the bathroom and he sat up and left because he didn't have no money.
Girl, wait a minute.
Okay.
Now he done dashed.
Oh yeah, dine and dash. I had a situation. He was actually arrested. But what I'm saying to you is everybody has gone through some type of embarrassing situation.
Right.
Okay. So let's roll it back on, women dating men. I know, girl. I'm just saying. I've had a couple of situations that have transpired. We'll speak on experiences soon. But let's talk about women dating men. Here it is. You make a very nice income on a monthly basis on your businesses, okay? Mm-hmm. And I asked you, and this is kind of how it got started. No, she did. A man bought wine in the movies just for himself. Well, I know you said kick rocks, okay? That's insane. And I asked you, could you date a man that didn't make the same amount of money as you, but had ambition?
I've dated potential before, and that's a lost cause. I'm not dating potential. I'm now where I am in my life. I'm solely going based off your actions, because you can talk all day, you can be motivated all day, but what are you doing? If you're not putting in the work, if I don't see forward movement, because I mean, I'm gonna always leave people better off than where I found them. Okay. No matter if it's a 2-minute interaction, it's a 2-year interaction. I'm always going to try and leave somebody better than the way I found them, where I'm going now. Now, the old me, hell, I was selfish. But what I did, could I?
Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's just say, I'm just going to put a figure out here, not what you're making. So I'm just going to say, you make $20,000 a month. Let's just say you make $20,000 a month, okay. a quarter of $1 million a year. Right. But your boo only made $4,000 a month. I just saw you switching that.
Just a little bit. Okay, so I don't want to act like I'm just super far removed, because 4,000. What's somebody Matina took that up?
Wait, hold on. She said, hell no, she don't want to build a bear.
Hello, that's the thing. I don't. But again, because when you dealing with the 1%, these, and we're in Atlanta. These men in Atlanta that are the 1%ers, the one that's driving the Porsches, the Lambos, and the type of women. Right there. It's hard out here. So they want women that are slutty. I don't even say slutty, because you can be a slut and still be a cool person. So it's for me, I look at it like the men that I've come across that are of that 1% or of that top tier, they pretty much want somebody that's going to be their cheerleader, and that's it. Seen and not heard.
Oh, we definitely gonna talk about that.
They want to, that's what they want. They want a seen and not heard. They don't want, because even if I'm coming to a man, say I'm making $20K a month and he's pulling in 80, you don't need my money. Like the only thing I feel like the only thing we should be connecting on is our personalities, what we have in common. You know what I'm saying? Building that relationship. But a lot of these men, they want to have sex. They want somebody that's going to stay home, be very pregnant quickly, and shut the hell up.
I beg to differ a little bit, just a little bit. I'm just saying.
In my opinion, the millennial men.
No, it don't matter what age group it is. Okay, just so you know, because I just beg to differ just a little bit, and the reason why I say that, because there are a lot of men that may not even have the guidance, okay, right, or even know that they can achieve and do some things, okay, but sometimes it may take someone to show them the way, and you might be that person that can show him the way. I let you talk.
You did.
Okay. But you might be the one that can actually show him the way, and then when he says, okay, this is something, and you ask him, what is it that you want to do? Well, I want to do such and such. Okay, and what if that person, with your guidance, and you sit up here and show him to do such and such, and then he decides to do it, and it turns out to be making more money than you, per se, or the same amount, and he surpassed what you thought. But you didn't realize that because you let him go, and then you see him a year later, and he doing all the things that he said that he was going to do, and because you wasn't willing to stand by somebody with potential.
Okay, so why do I have to pause me to wait on somebody to get there? I don't want.
Girl, you almost made me say something.
I know, I saw it in your face. But
nigga,
right? So it's
Negro.
I know, but like I'm telling you, I have dated potential a lot.
I'm sorry. The comment says you need a coach and a date.
Right, you need a mentor.
Age until he can do better.
Okay, so it sounds like everything that you're telling me, I'm training up a child in the way that he should go. Okay, that I don't want to. I'm not saying I can't inspire my man, because I would love to be inspired by my partner as well. But you gotta have some get up and go on your own before I get there. Now, if I can help you, say if somebody has a business and you're working your business on the side, while you say your side hustle is your 9 to 5 and you're working your business when you get off. if I can assist you, I'd be more than happy
That's
to
what I'm
assist
really
you.
kind of in a sense
Yeah.
really talking about.
But some of these men,
I chime in real quick, y'all.
Let me, can you give me 1 second?
Go
I
ahead,
need
go
to
ahead.
make sure that I'm giving, the men, a chance because we got earn, cash quick. He's saying high value men don't care about your money.
and that's what I told. That's exactly what I just said. High value men don't give a goddamn.
True that.
They don't
If
care.
you're a real man, he doesn't care. But a lot of men are just, let's see, I beg to differ.
They don't care. I'm telling you, out here.
No, I'm just saying, I think some women pass up on potential. And potential can turn into actual execution.
But then it could also not turn into nothing and then you stuck.
Let me go ahead and kill
Okay.
all that. You know what I'm
What
saying?
you mean kill all that?
Let me just go
What you
ahead
trying to
and-
say?
One, let's just be real. If you can't even afford to take her out on a date properly, you
Hello?
shouldn't be dating.
Thank
If you
you.
can't pay your own bills
Well,
and
Y'all
take
hear my
her out,
son? Y'all hear my son?
then you shouldn't be dating. I feel
Well-
like a person should just not be dating until he's financially able to. There's nothing wrong with talking. I want you to understand there's a difference.
I agree.
You can
said
talk to
hit it,
women.
quit it talking.
Talking, like having conversations, building rapport. You know what I'm saying? Building a relationship. But you got to be completely, yeah, you got to be, exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, you got to be straight up. Like, I've done, when I was working at Papado and I didn't have any money, all right, I'm only talking from experience. When I was actually not making any money, I was straight up. I was like, look, I can't afford to take you out on dates right now. But I can definitely,
And you did an amazing job.
Okay.
Listen, you need to go out here and pick the rest of these men up.
I'm weak. But
You need to go pick the rest of them up and re-raise some of them too.
but I'm just saying that issue that you got that you're debating over can be killed if some of these men will really be aware of their own of their own finances. Like, you wouldn't have the men that women don't like if men will actually properly take care of themselves the right way. There's no way that you can take care of a woman if you can't take care of yourself. That's just one-on-one.
But you guys made a very valid point, and I want to bring that to make sure I bring that to attention. And even some of our people, one of our people said potential will likely have trauma and issues attached to it. I don't know. My son's at one point didn't make any money, and this, that, and the other. He literally just gave you guys his spiel in reference to, hey, I can't afford it right now. I'm letting you know where I stand. Listen, women pass him up. They be calling and blowing up his phone now because they didn't see the potential. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, they didn't see the potential. They were worried about what you gonna buy me, what you giving me, can you pay my rent? First of all, you ain't paying no females rent. Now look.
On that one. She said, now he what? Who rent you paying?
I'm serious. I was like, we're not doing that.
Right.
Okay?
Now those are the
Because
go
it was too many of them. I was just like, you're not paying somebody's rent. You're not paying somebody's car note. Now, if you want to help with an electricity bill or a cable bill or something like that,
But that's out of the kindness of your heart. You
yeah,
should
but
feel
we ain't
obligated.
paying as if you live in somebody else's house and you ain't over there like
But
that.
that's a sugar daddy. That's not a relationship. If you want a sugar daddy, that's a completely different thing, girl.
See, the thing, I don't pay for now unless that one situation during COVID when things was hectic. Then yeah, I paid all the bills for my ex at that time because she didn't have it. Because them checks some people weren't getting the checks. You see what I'm saying? So that's an exception. But I don't pay for anything. Nah, absolutely. But we get your nails done. We get your hair done if depending on the price. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not spending a band on your hair.
Okay. Do you
I'm
know
not doing
what
that.
hair costs?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Let me tell you how much. Let me tell you the rundown of this one girl, how much she spent on her hair. It cost $700 just to get the hair,
I believe it.
$400 just to install it.
I know.
That's OD. We're not even talking about the extra stuff.
It's not.
No, let me tell you something. But I'm not paying for it. You gotta understand, like,
You ain't putting, like,
okay,
a little bit
let me
to
tell
it.
you. Let me tell.
Jack, do you
No,
understand
I'll
me?
put something towards it. I'm not gonna cap and put nothing toward it. If I can pay, no, absolutely not. If I can pay for nails is like it can be $200 if you really. I've dated a girl who always got $200 nails. Every single bi-weekly was like all the time. And so I was like, nah, I'm like, I'll put $200, $250. I've done that before towards hair. But I'm not like, if you ain't got a ring on your finger, this shouldn't be a reason why I should be paying $1,100 to $1,500. To some cases, if you're getting like that Peruvian, Malaysian hair, the real bundles, the loose waves, the kinky curl, all that. all them, like, I'm not paying $1,500 to $2,000 for a hair. You not even paying for my car note. Who paying that?
I swap out. If you buy a wig, I pay the car now. We can swap that out.
But I want to bring, a statement that a couple of people are saying inside of the chat. Okay, a woman should never ask a man to pay her rent. I absolutely agree.
When you say ask a man to pay your rent, you mean if you need assistance? So you saying I should be able to ask? Now again, okay, let's just say everybody.
I love that definition. Yeah.
Okay, let's just say everybody's not waiting till marriage to have sex. If I'm giving you my most prized possession, and let's just say I happen to fall on hard times, hey, babe, boo.
If he knows you're falling on hard times, he's going to know that you need the help, and you wouldn't have to ask. That's the thing. If he a real man, you won't have to ask. And then furthermore, if he ain't a real man, you shouldn't be dealing with him in the first place because he should already know that you are in need and he should be willing to help you.
Hold up. That depends on communication.
What I was getting ready to say is about communication because there was a situation where the person. Okay, what just happened?
What?
A person didn't communicate. Okay, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, if you are in tune with that person,
right,
and that person is in tune with you and know your needs, then they will know that you need help.
Okay.
And if you're saying, "Hey, I lost my job," and they care enough to ask you, "Well, what happened? Did you get unemployment?" and they know you don't have anything coming in, that man should be willing to help you.
Should.
Okay. If you guys are in a serious relationship. But if it's somebody that's a fly-by-night, you're expecting him.
I wouldn't be comfortable asking a fly-by-night situation. But again, like I said, you want a sugar daddy or you want a relationship?
I gotta make sure I bring this other comment in. A woman needs to be feminine, beautiful, and inspirational and work for her husband.
So you want somebody that's your cheerleader, that cooks, cleans, stays home, take care of the kids, the whole night. How about that? And still dress up and do all these things. If you're,
I need Earn Cash Quick to elaborate on his statement.
if you're going to be, if you want me to be, and again, this is me speaking from and learning older women who've been there, done that, and have marriages that are successful, and even, when it comes to being feminine and being a woman. One thing that I've had to learn, and just because he's not doesn't mean you shouldn't, if that makes sense. Just because he's not doesn't mean you shouldn't. And I ain't get it at first, but I understand it now. When you're in a relationship, men are fragile. That's not it.
Men are more fragile than women.
Absolutely. It could take, it's a word that'll break a man's spirit, his pride, his ego, and I'm just.
And they feelings seem to get hurt much quicker. I know I was dealing with someone in my past, and it was all about him, his needs, what he wanted, what he was doing, and it's like, okay, when it came to mine, it was like, no, I was about to say my favorite one. No, mofo. We're not going there. Everything doesn't revolve. He's narcissistic, in my opinion. Everything doesn't just revolve around you. We both have needs and wants, and if we're in this together. So if everything is about you, you're not the person that I want to be.
Absolutely.
That's one. But should a woman be inspirational to her boo? Should a woman be sexy for her boo? Should a woman be encouraging and feminine? Absolutely. A man didn't get with you for you to act like a man. That's one. He didn't get with you. You were there because you were encouraging to him. That's another one. And of course, working together is the better statement, in my opinion, than working for Earn Cash Quick.
So what about those women that are, and again, like someone like myself, somebody that is a little rough around the edges. You met me when I was rough around the edges. You met me when I was in my element. You met me when I was this, I'm not even going to say loud, energetic individual. That's how you met me. You met me at my, you understand how I am.
If he met you that way and that was a part of your personality, then he
Absolutely.
should already know.
Absolutely.
But then what's done behind closed doors is behind closed doors. You can be a very different person. Some people are like, oh, tomorrow, you're so strong, but when I'm with my man, I'm with him and I'm that girl, okay? Right. I'm that woman. I have to be strong when I'm dealing with business. But when I'm with him, that's an altogether different ball game, okay? And that's the way it should be. You should be feminine. You should be inspirational. You should be sexy. You should be all of those things. But you're not a doormat.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that earn cash quick understands that. Because the way you made it seem like work for your man, boom. Okay? We work together. All right, so let me get one of these other comments. The money is always for something else, never for your rent. The Bible says a man should come bearing gifts. If I have to ask you for something, I don't need your ASS.
Wait a minute.
And that's what I'm saying. If you gotta ask him, if he knows what's going on with you, you shouldn't have to ever ask him for anything. He should already know, babe, I understand you're going through something. Here's a little something that can help you. Hands down. You know,
Just because gifts anymore?
Can I chime in on this?
yeah,
Let me
you
chime
chime
in on
in
this.
on this.
Oh my God. I dealt with a woman who wanted just because gifts, and I respect just because gifts. The issue with this is that women nowadays don't do just because gifts.
They don't?
Now let me explain.
I need you to make sure you clarify that.
Some women.
Right.
I'm not saying all. So some women, yes. The reason why I say this is men are logical creatures. Now you said men. No, we're logical. We're logical. That we're not. I want you to understand. There's a difference between awareness, emotionally aware, and being
I don't think a lot of
or just being emotional.
So are you saying with your comment, oh, you're acting like a woman?
Now
You
what?
don't think that's sexist?
You're acting like a woman.
You're acting like a full female. Is that the comment that you normally make, or you're acting like a woman?
I don't know, but either of them, either one. No, I'm saying I don't know which one I say more. But the reason why, but I'm only saying it because that's what you are.
So
You get what I'm saying?
What
You're
is
just
acting
like if
Being emotional.
So men don't have emotions?
I'm not saying that. I didn't say that. That's what y'all are saying.
But what does that mean? Did you say, Mom, you're being emotional?
You're being.
acting like a
If you
woman.
were to say, Marcus, you're being emotional, or this guy is being emotional, yes, I'm being emotional. I have every right to be emotional. I'm not saying you don't have a right to be a woman. I'm just saying you are being a woman.
So saying being a woman, it comes off negative. If another woman were to do that, it comes across negative. Like, what's wrong with being a woman?
Right. That's not even the whole point why I even chimed in right now. You just changed the whole subject. The point of what I'm saying is when it came to men giving just in case gifts, that's what we came to. Like a man will only give just in case gifts. I can only speak for myself. See, we're generalizing things, but we can only speak for our own experiences, right? I'm saying there is no your women. You just said that it's not like that. We're only talking about our experiences. There is no mine or theirs. It's just our experiences, right? And I can go. You can even go by friends' experiences, the people you've seen experience. These are just experiences. It doesn't have to be ours, right? So the point of what I'm saying is, not only speaking for me, if I don't give you a just in case gift, it's because something is lacking, right? Because sometimes a man can do something for you. He starts off giving just in case gifts, but if he stops, then I feel like a woman should question, okay, if I'm not getting what I used to get, what's going on? Now, I'm not saying it's always the woman's fault. You got to continue doing. Exactly. So if something stops, not saying it's always the woman's fault. It can't be the guy, right? Sometimes something might be going on in his life and he just stopped, but we're only referring to the opposite sex here. If something stops, women assume it's because the guy is doing something wrong. Right. See? I'm saying we switched up. Why? There's a cause and effect here. If I switched up, that's the effect. But what's the cause?
So I've had instances where men will do it for a short time to, you know what I'm saying, get your foot in the door.
And then turn around and say, well, they're going to die.
They're going to die, or, oh, I forgot, or it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Are going
it
to die.
stops. So I don't necessarily think, and again, like I agree to what you're saying, but then also from my perspective, everything's good in the beginning, in the honeymoon phase, you going hard.
Mm-hmm.
We all do. We all go hard in the beginning.
You're trying to impress.
Exactly. Then, what I said, you switch up.
Right. You see the real colors and everything.
Right. You switch up. It don't take long.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't.
It's usually the first 3 months. I've seen 6 months. I've lasted 6 months.
Yeah.
Not like I've switched up after 6 months, but sometimes for a guy, you got to, just like for a woman, you got to see if this is the one you want to really be with.
Absolutely.
After 3 to 6 months, you start seeing a new person. So now, even if I were to start doing that, now I'm seeing, oh, she's really not like that. So I'm not going to continue until she actually does what she's supposed to do.
Now, you would want to make sure, if this is somebody that you like, I would say to communicate those things.
Absolutely.
I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what I used to do, and I don't do it now,
Absolutely.
But me, I'm big on communication. I'm gonna always tell you, you switching up. What's wrong? What's going on? I've learned to really communicate my feelings, how I feel, and like
Do
if
you
I'm
do it
anxious,
aggressively?
probably, maybe.
So they, I've noticed something. You see, when I want something from my husband,
Come on, flip. She had to flip. Y'all see she flipped the hair.
when I want something, honey, Wayne, am I right or wrong?
Yep. And she told me this too. She was like, you said this to my ex. You were like, you're too. Sometimes you're just too aggressive.
Yeah.
If you're too aggressive, and especially for a man who's naturally, let me not say
Alpha.
because not all men are alphas. So
No,
let me.
I'm saying,
but-
my son is an alpha, so if you
Yeah. So
think you don't buck with him,
I'm an
that's
alpha.
not gonna-
So it doesn't. Alex and my brother and I are alphas. So there's no way that coming at us as alphas is gonna work. You get what I'm saying?
Although you like a
We do. I don't want to say that it's always an alpha female. I like a resilient female. There's a difference because I feel like we always mix up independent and resiliency as the same thing. Independent can portray as negative, but resiliency, a resilient woman is always positive because she pushes through all the barriers. You get what I'm saying?
With a woman that's resilient,
Mm-hmm.
meaning she's been through a lot, meaning she's had to
She's had experience.
fight. So if something starts to feel off, or let's just say you're coming off in a particular way, maybe it's a trigger almost. Okay, now I got to go back to strong mode, or now I got to go back to that fight or flight mentality.
yeah, but not with a man. You're supposed to be gentle at all times when you're dealing with a man, and that's what I was saying about there's such a difference in between. It's like when I'm just like, dang, you know.
Yeah, because
Marcus Alex had to tell me one time because I was so upset. They were like, Mom, I was so upset with my husband one time that my sons had to say something to me, and I had to check myself. I was like, oh my God, I didn't want them seeing me acting like that. A woman towards a man, because that's not how you're supposed to be treated. But yet and still, I had lost my temper that day. You remember that, Marcus? I had really lost my temper. And I am definitely not here to what is it? What's that word?
devalue,
No.
degrade.
No, it's not the degrade. It's something else. Castrate a man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely not for that, because here it is. My sons have been here, and I'm like, this is how you treat a woman. This is how you romance a woman, and I guess she needs to treat you with some form of respect. Now, so here it is. I was showing disrespect, and that's not right. So you still have to be soft when you're dealing with a man. Period. You catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar.
That's what they say.
Okay. So if I need something now, if I just want to be catty and be the BYTCA, I can do that. But why? It's not going to do anything. It's going to continue to keep causing friction. But if I want something from him, I cannot go to him aggressively because he is going to straight buck up every time. Am I right or wrong? My husband like what? 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 He said, I'm sorry, who do you think you're talking to? He will buck up and it creates nothing but tension, and then it carries on. So you must, as a woman, if you want to be a woman, okay, you come with some femininity, sexy, whatever what you want. But at the end of the day, you can't come at him aggressively. Even if you're a tomboy type of girl, because some girls are tomboyish, okay? Some of them are like that. But the dude that's with the girl that has a slight tomboyish personality knows that she's like that. So they know that she's she's a little rough around the edges, she can be a little aggressive, but you know when to be soft. And that's the most important thing. You need to know when to pull back and be like, I am trying to get what I want. And the only way I'm going to get what I want is I'm going to have to go into that mode.
And I feel like that also has to deal with what both of you were saying before, with knowing when to be submissive.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? On both ends, not just on women, because I know it's popular with the women's side, but men should know also when to be submissive as well. Like I had to learn that the hard way. So submissive for a man is if a woman, let's say, and we're gonna say check, right? If a woman checks a man, and not in a negative way, but like checks a man is like, yo, this was wrong. This is not who you are. You get what I'm saying? You gotta be. It's all about the language. This is not who you are. This goes back to what you were saying about communication. Not like, yo, stop. You acting like a man. You acting like a woman. But if you're saying this is not, I don't like that. This is not who you are. You came at me a different way. I don't appreciate it. You say you. That's when a man is like, you know what? You're right. I apologize. And that's how you. Like. That's a man. His pride is out of the way. His ego's out of the way. And this is where a man is being submissive because he now has respect for his woman. I believe I can't remember who we had a discussion with, where I can't remember who it was, but I think it was. Let me make sure I'm not mixing it up. A man is supposed to love his woman, and the woman is supposed to respect the man, right? Or is it the other way around? Right.
And the woman is to
Respect the man. Right. So I knew I was saying it a little wrong, but like that's kind of like the traditional sense of how it, and I abide by that, right? Because women love to be adored. They love the attention when it's given, right? And that's true too.
And the other thing that I will say is when a woman loses respect for a man,
it's a wrap.
You can forget it. It's so hard to get that respect back. They have to. It has to be, and I'm speaking from experience. It has to be a significant change in that person. If you have lost respect for a man, it is very hard to go back into that mode of gaining that respect.
Even for a woman.
If I don't feel like you can need, not even want, but need the leader, not even a leader. If I feel like you can't lead.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask both of you this from two different generations. Clearly, I rep the M side, millennial season. So if a woman loses trust in a man, and the man is still pursuing the woman, and the woman gives the man a chance, what are some steps for the man to actually take in order for him to actually gain the trust back? I feel like that's important because especially if you're married. Right.
You're talking every day. I don't want to keep hearing the same stuff, and you have not made an actual change. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, and then boom, you turn around and you still mess up. Oh my God, it's crazy. There's a comment in the section. I'm trying to make sure that I understand this question, this statement. Women need a man who can understand. I don't know what she means by this next one. Not longer a weak sex or equal, and that's hard pull to swallow.
I think
for a lot of guys out there. Okay, I think that's a hard pill to swallow. Okay,
that women are equals,
correct,
and not your lesser.
Right.
Which
not your lapdog.
Right.
So in closing, because next week we want to talk about what we're going to talk about next week. Our topic for next week, but. In closing, can you date a man that doesn't make the same amount of money as you? Will you allow him the opportunity to do what he needs to do?
Yes, without us being in a relationship.
I'm down for that.
We can be friends. I can help you as a friend, but I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be your mentor in our relationship. That's stressful.
That was powerful. I don't want to be your mentor in a relationship. That's crazy.
Because a woman wants to be led.
Exactly.
It could be a man that's so powerful and who he is. Does he have to make the same amount of money as you? If he's doing everything else,
who I am as a person.
If he's catering to you, if he's loving you, he's respectful. He has his religion. He respects his Almighty. He works hard. But he treats you like dough. He pays his bill, and first of all, he gotta have good credit. Because I don't know, the folks gotta have good credit.
Pays bills on time.
Right. But if he does that, and he made less than you telling me that you couldn't accept him?
I didn't say I couldn't accept him, but if I come, let's just say, if I'm making 7, 8 figures, I'm living in a house.
You're in a different type of circle, boo. So you wouldn't be with somebody that's.
But you'd be surprised because I'm meet people everywhere. Me and come up to you in the grocery store, in the gym, wherever. I don't know your financials from that interaction. But I may love your personality. You may be funny because I love funny. The quickest way to get me is to make me laugh. That's me. I love funny. I have met a lot of men that are funny, but then when you really dive into getting to know these people, you're like, oh my God, you need to go to therapy. Your credit's messed up. You got mama and daddy issues.
I'm not talking about them.
There's a lot to unpack. And
financial therapy.
I'm not. I really wasn't speaking in reference to that.
But financially,
I'm really
yeah.
speaking in reference to a guy that's a good dude. He may be making 40, 50,000, and you making 100, maybe 150.
If he's financially responsible,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
Yes.
He's taking care of everything else, but just based on where he is at that moment in time, that's what he does. And you're saying, you know,
he got to be aspiring to do, like, he's got to be working to do more.
Hold his own. And oh my God, somebody said something absolutely right. Because we need to be able to have a seat at the same table and hold his own. Oh my God. When I absolutely agree. Because you have a dominant personality, you have a passive personality generally in a relationship. Or there are times when you both have dominant personalities. So my ex-husband was a dominant, he was an absolute alpha male. An absolute alpha male. My current husband, he's extremely laid back. So he's an observant type of thing. He can hold his own, but generally he's quiet, you know. And I agree. I'm like, if you can't hold your own, we can't ride together.
Right.
And that is of the utmost important. Does he have to be a super, he's not an alpha. He's just a very laid back individual. He's passive aggressive. No, he's passive aggressive.
I was going to say a passive aggressive.
Would you describe Dwayne passive aggressive? Oh, he's straight passive aggressive. He's like, ooh, Jesus, Lord, have mercy.
But he can still hold his own.
But he can hold his own.
I'm in contact with men. We walk in rooms and.
Girl, we ain't talking about good dudes with good dick.
Today,
we ain't saying that. We're not talking about that. I'm not saying that.
I've had both. I've had the ones that are, like you said, the alpha across the board,
That's
alpha
the
personality.
Sure.
Yes. But then I've also had ones with a more passive personality. But at the same time, I feel like if we go somewhere, you do need to be able to hold your own. We walk into a room with other people, I don't need you shrinking in a corner and just holding my purse.
Now
that's a no-go.
That right there is an absolute turn off, and I couldn't be with a person like that. And I'm just like, dude, no.
I need you to be confident. Even if you are wrong, I need you to be confident in being wrong. Okay?
My friend is insane. Good dudes, good DYCK, I'm gonna say DY, can come with issues down the road. Sorry, women with money are single for a reason. That is absolutely not. I'll say 50-50 on that.
What's the reason?
I'll say 50-50 because first, okay, I have got to respond for the fellas on this, and because my husband and I didn't make the same amount of money when we met, but I wouldn't trade his buddy in for nobody. Nobody. I'm sorry. I'm not trading my husband in for nobody. Okay, because he is supportive.
Okay.
He has, he's doing his own thing. Okay, but when it comes to support, if I need something for my business or whatever it is I'm doing, he the first one there front center. What needs to be done? What we need to do? You need to do this. No, baby, this is from day one.
Right.
Okay, this is day one. We made money together day one on some business stuff. But what I'm saying to you is, out the gate, he was like, okay, what you need? Oh, this is your business? All right, what's going on? How do we set up? What's happening? So he was there front and center. Now, mind you, he's an electrician. Okay, so that's all he ever knew. And as we got to know each other and started growing, I said, well, is there anything else that you want to do besides being an electrician? Mm-hmm. Well, he's from Alabama. And he's like, hey, my father, his whole thing is all about, you're from Alabama.
No, I'm not. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's my dad and them folk. I am not from no Alabama. Absolutely not. Born and raised right here.
Folks from Alabama. But that's how they were raised. They were raised on a skill set. Now, the question is, are you going to take that skill set and turn it into a business?
Hello?
Are you going to do that? Are you going to continue to work for somebody else for the rest of your life? That is what I was asking.
So because earlier I remember you said something about potential. What is a good timeline?
I don't know.
Wait on that potential to pop up.
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. It's a personal preference. To be quite honest, like I said, my husband is an electrician, and he's owned a business and he's worked for other people. And I'm like, hey, he's doing what he do, and lo and behold, here it is. He's buying land in a virtual land and sitting up here making money, and doing things I would have never thought that he would be doing, and he's comfortable in his own thing, and I'm just like, all I can do is just root from the sideline. Hey, babe, congratulations. You found something that you're good at, that you're happy with, that's profitable, and that's your business. So all I can do is support that. Did it take him a minute? He was trying to find things that, as a matter of fact, to be quite honest, he was the one that was trading for us. When we started, he was trading for us. And he was doing things to try to say, hey, we need to be doing something else. He said, I want to do something else.
Right.
So when he made that decision that he wanted to do something else, I was just like, praise Jesus. Okay? It was a couple of years. I'm not going to lie, but I wouldn't trade that dude in for nothing.
But you also said he was doing a lot of other things for you prior to that.
Almost.
It wasn't just somebody out here that's selfish, that's
no.
Narcissistic butthole, and still trying to wait on their potential. I think a lot of women might honestly truly be afraid of being alone. So they'll accept less than from a man. They'll accept the bare minimum. They'll accept, oh girl, he come home every night, he been cheap, but at least bring back to me. Girl, you are a goof.
So I have a friend who was like that. I was like that, man, I don't have issues with him. Okay? I was alone for a long time before him. Mm-hmm. Now, do I love the sanctity of marriage? Absolutely. I love the sanctity of marriage, okay? I don't have no issues. Hey, deuces, bye. I'm good, okay? I'm good. Even now, if something was to pop up, I'm good, okay? Maybe because of a financial situation, because I'm good, but I don't want you to be here if I'm not.
Space.
No, or because it's a routine. I don't want to be with somebody off of a routine. And some people are going through that right now. I know somebody going through that right now because it's a routine. That's the mother of my children. They're comfortable. Dude, are you serious right now? And they're comfortable. Okay? I understand it's the mother of your children, but are you happy? That's the question that I ask. Are you happy? Is she elevating you where you need to be? Right? Or is she taking care of you? Is she supporting your dream? But then again, are you supporting her dream and are you elevating her? Right? So there's always, it's not just one side, it's not just all about the women. It's also what are the women not doing for their man. Right. Because there's a lot of them out here, chicken heads out here that's not doing what they're supposed to do. So it's not just always about the women, it's also about it's not always about the men, it is also about the women not doing their thing. Now, my sons get on my nerve on a daily basis and you've already experienced it because you've been here. They want me to cook every day, all day, and I'm like, I can't do that. My husband.
Let's be specific. Alex wants you to cook every day. I will cook for myself. I don't care.
I said, I'm trying to get my weight back under control, and if I'm cooking every day, I can't do that. But I said, I pray to God you find a woman that's gonna cook for you every day, all day.
Every day.
He want 3, and I tell him he want breakfast, lunch, and dinner because okay. So I say to
no, he specifically wants his woman to do it. Specifically.
Yes.
It's probably his love language.
That is his love language.
But what is that? Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Yeah. Acts of service
and touch. Yeah.
I'm physical touch. And what else was I, Marcus? Am I acts of service? No. What was it? Affirmation.
Do you think entrepreneurs, like a lot of our love languages are acts of service?
Acts of service, absolutely.
It's because of us being entrepreneurs and somebody helping you get things done and accomplished. You think that's why not number one, but really high on the list.
Oh, for sure. We're results driven. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So it's all about action, no matter what.
The reason I think men are not doing the work that's needed to elevate, women are self-improving while men are complacent and not doing, and don't have the same value as women. Just my thoughts. To be quite honest. I'm going to say that about some of the men, because right now there are a lot of men out here that's kicking butt. There are a lot of men out here that's kicking butt. But that statement, I believe to be absolutely true.
What is value?
It's whatever that's value to you, right. Okay?
Because I know you touched on high value men. So what is value?
Well, again, it's whatever you feel is value to you, and right, because what's valuable to me is a person that's supporting me, that got my back. He doesn't necessarily have to make the same amount of money that I'm making, wait a minute, hold on. And here come earn cash quick. So I gotta make sure I said his comment. Women just need to feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. We don't care about your money and want you to work for us and not in a corporate world. Are you saying work with you? Because earn something. The way you be men.
Is he a multi-billionaire?
I'm trying to figure out who's from the U.S. Women just need to be feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. We don't care about your money and want you to work, meaning with us and not in a corporate world. I hope that's what you're trying to say.
I better be laying up in
I
nature.
don't even know who this quick cash guy is because I'm just like, woo.
I want to ask y'all a question. Going back to value, what is a high value man? What is a high value man?
High value is based on what is valuable to you. No woman's gonna work for your business. You tripping, bug. If a woman, it's a two-way street on that. If you have a business, what if she has the business? You gonna work for her? Like, come on, dude. Come on, man. You sound crazy saying some of the stuff that you're saying. You know, I'm trying to work with you on this, okay?
The things that he's saying, not working in their business specifically, but they want that, like I said, they want that old school 1950s domestic life. But if you want a woman like that, I need you to be the same type.
Bro. You wasting my time. So these are kind of women, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You wasting my time, dude. Because you looking for superficial, okay? And you looking for a slave. On some real talk.
I think that.
On some real talk.
But to answer your question,
go ahead.
I was going to say about high value. So for me, and I actually make, because listen, you write it down, you make it plain.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Talking Bible. And when I pray, I'm also specific. I actually have a legit list of things, and believe it or not, I'll share it with you. See, this is my list. Money's not one of those things. But
for you're talking about
yes, I prayed for my husband. You see, like, because a lot of people think it's just money. No, that's what's valuable to me.
Right. That's what I said. It depends on the individual.
Absolutely.
What's valuable to you may not be valuable to me. We're different people, okay?
Mm.
We're different individuals. Just like, do you and your brother like the same type of girl? Exactly. So what's valuable to you is completely.
Some like in the past similarities, but like just similarities. Types, I guess you could say.
In my experience with men who have a mom like you guys have, who is having moments, she's a strong woman. So I think the type of women, and also for me too, if I look for the type of man like my father. You do. Like a lot of people, they do. Just like a lot of the women.
The personality traits, right.
Yeah, it's probably someone close to your mom. So.
Well, I'll definitely say that because Marcus and I was definitely like a strong woman, but they like her to be feminine. And so they're definitely, I'm just like, look, you know. I mean, I love on my sons. You know what I'm saying? I'm strong. I'm stern with them when I need to be stern, but I definitely love on my sons. You know, they're my pride and joy. You know. And we're very close. It's the partner. I'm the partner in the same business because it's ours. True that. I'm not saying that that's not true. But the way this dude is talking, if you go look at his Instagram, the way he's talking is like she's a slave to him, in a sense. And we are a partner. It's a partnership. Because again, nobody is beneath each other, but yet still you need to still know when to be submissive.
Marriage is
still need to know. Right. It is a partnership. You still need to be respectful. You still need to know when you're supposed to be submissive and have to be. It's not just a two-way street. One-way street, it's a two-way street. And we just have to be respectful for each other. Right. But I'm going to say, guys, that we're at our capacity on we still got, I thought you said we had, I'm filming. Okay, I thought you said we had 30 minutes or something, right?
No, I'm saying it's been 30 minutes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So,
we're going to add a time.
Okay, yeah, I think that we should. Right over your head. I said it's our business. You know what? I didn't see that word. That's why I was trying to reread because some of your stuff was grammatically incorrect. So as I was trying to read and make sure that I was understanding, I didn't see the word our in any of your statements, sir. So that's the reason why I'm like, dude, what are you trying to say? Okay? That's all I was saying. But if you include the word our business, then absolutely we're working together as a partnership. But the way it came across as I'm going through some of your statements, and let me just go back. It says women just need to, you didn't say be. but I added the B because I wasn't understanding what you were saying. Women just need to be feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. We don't care about your money and want you to work for us. So let me make sure you understand when you use the word our, you said for us. But then again, us could actually mean you and her. But the way you put it here, it can be interpreted two different things. Okay? So let me scroll back so I can see your other statement and bring that up. Because again, it's about how someone sees the information. If she works for her husband, once again, it's our money. It's all in how you're saying. You said her works for her husband. You said our money, but you said work for her husband. You didn't say if we're working together in a business. It's not what you say. It's how you say it, and the way you said it don't seem like it was your business, our business.
Well, people read on Instagram, listen, y'all better know.
Okay, you just say you were married. You just say you guys were married. Dude, you just say you guys were married. My other son Marcus, okay, you just say you were married. So that's what I'm trying to say. So we just needed some clarity on here a little bit because we want to make sure that everything is coming off right, okay? So I think that's going to end our talk for today. Okay. All I'm saying is,
but I'm a work in progress. I'm not even gonna lie. This is something that I'm still working on because I would definitely, the old me, I cut your throat verbally.
Oh, people call me aggressive.
I'm direct.
Yeah, I'm direct. There's nothing wrong with being direct. I don't want you to have any confusion about what it is that I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
And so you'll never misunderstand what I am saying. I'm actually very clear about what I say and how I feel. And if you get anything else outside of that, it's because that's called the four agreements. Okay? Never assume anything because I'm going to be clear in what I say.
And I think
But when I'm dealing with my boo, my voice changed. People laugh because dang, her voice changed when her husband came in the room. Yeah, because I can't talk to him like that. So it is, how you do things.
how you operate. And be aggressive. We was being aggressive. I feel like you're trying to say it to me as an insult. I personally don't think I'm aggressive. I think I'm very direct in how I speak. And I've gotten a lot better with communicating my words to where I'm gonna say exactly how I feel. And it may come out a certain type of way, but I gotta make sure I get it out. Now, I've gotten a lot better with, slowing it down, think about it before I say it. Because it's a way that, you know what I'm saying, I can tell you you're being a complete ass, but if I say you're being a complete ass, that comes off really rude and aggressive. Now I say, hey, you did X, Y, and Z, that hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to soften it up a little bit versus just flat out saying you an asshole and fuck off.
You know what? And I hope we can talk about this next week. Are black women combative and argumentative?
No. I don't know. No. I think, like I said earlier, we didn't have a lot of fights and a lot of struggles. So it's a lot of stuff that we gotta overcome. And if I feel like you coming off like, if you giving me weak energy, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and be, one, I hate the word submissive, either. Just because of the definition. I hate the word. I understand it. I like to use cooperative. I can cooperate like that.
Who are you talking about is single? This couple been married for over 25 years.
Well,
he said she must be single. When I asked the question, are women argumentative and combative? There was a topic about independent women, okay, in the black community.
Which goes back to what I said earlier. Why are we independent? Why are we so independent? Why do we have to get to this phase?
Well, wait a minute now. And again, I actually want to say this for next week. But we were brought up, get your education, be a strong, independent black woman. Strong, independent black woman. Get your education, get your education, get your education. They weren't saying the same thing to the men.
Absolutely not.
Okay? To the black men. So as women gotten older, they become stronger. They become independent, resilient.
Yeah,
their careers.
There's a difference between resilient is different from independent, right?
Right, and that's the point that I'm making.
Because independent can be negative.
Right, and that's the point that I'm making because and now they're looking down on the men because accomplished women are looking down on the men like, hey,
The slick
I
brainwashing.
did it. Why you couldn't do it?
Nah, it's all about it's all about your upbringing. You get what I'm saying? I think that's what you're saying. The basis of how everything plays out when it comes to men are naturally like they assume men are gonna do certain things, and then and especially with women, a lot of women don't have that physical prowess physically that men do, right? So they they have to more like come down on women a little bit more because you don't have the same things as men. You got to be you got to be better in different aspects.
Well, somebody said, I'm gonna have to be crass at this moment in time. So if you, please just hear me out. You don't have a dick, so don't try that. I was like, what? Meaning you're not the man, and a woman can never have that. So but if you think that you slinging what's down there makes you a real man, a true man, you're absolutely mistaken.
No, I think I agree in some points of what he was saying about just only about the part where women can't be men, right? There's a book, I can't remember the book, where a man, a boy, a son grows up, and the first stage is all with their mother. I just can't remember the book name. But then after they hit a certain age, rites of passage, they have to be with their father for a certain amount of time. A certain amount of time can be months, years, whatever that time period. Right. But I just can't remember the book of right. So I get that's the only part that I do understand that women can't do. Like even with single mothers, right? Single mothers can only do so much for a man because if you're a single mother, that could be dangerous for a son because you're creating. There's a lot of feminine energy there, a lot of estrogen, and that. And I know from one of my friends, he became bisexual. Yeah, because he grew up with a lot of women energy in the house. You get what I'm saying?
There are men that grew there. Listen,
I remember him. It's who I think it is.
Yep.
I got, if I could just add a comment to what he's saying on that, it is absolutely true. I tried to make sure, in all honesty, especially because we're here in Georgia, that my sons were around, and were they around some men that were gay? Yes. And I'm not saying that all men that are gay are going to try to, mess with your children or anything like that. So I want to make sure that disclaimer's there. A lot of the men that they were around, I tried to make sure that they were around men so they can see how men operate, okay? My husband was gone half of the time in our first, 8 years of marriage. He was away half of the year, every single year. So their father was around and they knew how, Lord Jesus, he was all man, okay? Because they knew how he operated and how he worked and how he ticked. But they need to see other men too in the village, as they say. It takes a village to raise a child. And they need to see other men and how they operated and communicated as well. In the spiritual realm, in the business realm, and personal. And I would actually say, just like that, the gentleman that you had met that came to the house, and he said, hey, the man needs to adore and love his woman, but the woman needs to respect her man. And it is so true to fact. Because if a woman doesn't have respect for him, then it is over.
Yeah, even that whole process won't work out when it comes to a son being, because a woman, the mother, right, loves the son clearly because you birthed it. There's a different level of connection, right? And I know some women who just can't give up that connection with their son to be with their father. Right. I know mothers that way to this day. So I feel like in regards to what the gentleman said about, a woman can't do what men can do because you don't have this. Now, that statement, clearly doesn't define a man, but it is true to a man. There are certain things that men need to do for.
But what he was saying, what he was trying to say is you're not a man, but he wasn't saying it in the aspect of, he was saying it to be nasty.
I know, I'm flipping it. I'm flipping it.
They're not saying that there's something that they may miss out on, because you won't lack when you have an all around. I don't think they'll lack anything if the dad's not there. They may have missed out on some things, but you can still be a dad can raise a girl, and a mother can raise sons to be well-rounded individuals. And as far as sexuality is concerned, if that's the case, then there are children that are gay coming from two-parent households.
No, for sure. But what I'm referring to is more now. I'm referring to more as a father figure. Do you get what I'm saying? Not necessarily a father, but a father figure. Now, if they're in the two-parent household and the person ends up that way, I'm not referring to that specific subject. I'm only referring to when it affects because it can traumatize a child when they don't have both parents in the household in different ways, right? So
If they were born with both parents in the household.
how many times, even without a mother or like a father was never there, and a daughter yearns a father, you get what I'm saying, and vice versa. It's needed. You get what I'm saying? Or a father or a mother figure.
I definitely agree that children need both of their parents, but in certain cases, if the other parent is, no, I'd rather you be gone than corrupt my child.
No.
I agree.
But I'm referring to a figure. It doesn't have to be the actual father. It doesn't have to be the actual mother. But I'm just saying you need a figure, a father figure. Exactly. A mentor in a sense.
No, you know what I'm saying? No,
Exactly. Like I've had multiple men, father figures or mentors that helped me to where I am right now. Still to this day, Mr. Edelin, still father figure, still mentor to this day, who heavily heavily influenced me in every single way, right? Me and my brother, right? So I feel like in that sense, it doesn't have to be the father. You just need a mentor, a male figure, exactly. But like I said, if it's when they end up still in the LGBTQ community, I'm not referring to that happens. You know what I'm saying? Some people say they were born that way. I'm saying even before they even knew their parents. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's unavoidable.
But this has been a great. I hope you guys have enjoyed the first episode. But we're going to be coming with some great topics. I'm super duper excited. We're going to be having some people on my podcast, of course. I'm super duper excited for all of those who were able to, just join with us tonight and chime in. I want to give a shout out to Miss Ty Copeland, who was with us the whole time and giving some great commentary. I want to give some shout out to even Earn Cash Quick 23, who took the time to give us from his male point of view, his perspective. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Hey. We appreciate it. And we will be back here next week. And we're going to be talking some business, men and women in business together. And, does that work? Thank you, Earn Cash Quick. We appreciate you, honey. So we're going to be talking business. Does it work? Can you do business with your boo? Can you be in business with your boo? Can it work?
It's a question.
This is being sponsored by QB's Vitamins. You can go on over to cbbvitamins.com. This is PMS Gummy Vitamins, all natural, all vegan. And this is being brought to you by Sweet Nectar Pot Yoni. You can go to sweetnectarpot.com, get all your Yoni products. And this is being brought to you by Social Currencies at socialcurrencies.net. If you want to get your credit, or you want to learn how to invest, or if you want to learn how to build multiple streams of income, you can go to socialcurrencies.net. And
it's also being sponsored by Let's Play Events in Atlanta, Georgia. We host your baby showers, your seminars, your conferences, and all of your party needs.
All right, now we're going to be having something at our location over here at its party. This is the Bubblegum Queen, guys. She has vending machines all over the city of Atlanta. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this section. I hope it was informative for you, okay? Here at Pussycat Talk Podcast. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you guys next week. All right, we'll see you guys next week. We'll be back at 7 o'clock next week on the podcast. Thank you so much for joining Pussycat Podcast. Again, if you have any questions, please just DM. We will be happy to have you on if you want to join us here at Pussycat Talk Podcast. Again, it's Pussy with a double DDY, cat with a K.